Alrighty, so let's go through this wonderful and I think talismanic relationship for the future of marital relations in America and abroad. So tape emerged in this trial of Johnny Depp being very, very drunk in the kitchen. This is what good spouses do, is they tape each other in their worst moments. So here is tape of Johnny Depp. He's a drug addict, right? He's admitted to this. He's a drunk. He's admitted to this. None of this is a shock. People in Hollywood are deeply screwed up. Again, when I say this, I mean, like, I know a lot of people in Hollywood. The number of them who are normal, I don't even think you could count it on one hand. It's really difficult to name 5 people in Hollywood who are normal. Here is Johnny Depp, tape of Johnny Depp.
Nothing happened this morning, you know that?
Were you in here?
No.
So then nothing happened to you this morning?
Yeah, you're right. I just woke up and you were so sweet and nice. We were not even fighting this morning. All I did was say sorry.
Did something happen to you this morning? I don't think so.
No, that's the thing.
You want to see crazy? I'll give you crazy. That's crazy.
Drinking wine at 9 in the morning. Yeah, things are going well.
You're crazy. Oh, you're crazy.
Have you drunk this whole thing this morning?
Oh, you got this going? You got this going?
I just started it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
And he takes the phone and then throws it because she's taping him, which is what good spouses do with one another in their worst moments. It is amazing how Johnny Depp apparently he never stopped playing Jack Sparrow. He's just Jack Sparrow in real life also. So this is all going well. But, you know, Johnny Depp seems like kind of a normal Hollywood level of screwed up, meaning drug addicted, booze addicted, trouble in his personal life. Amber Heard seems like a sociopath. I mean, just from the available tape, she seems like a complete sociopath, and from the testimony of others in her ambit. So, for example, here is Amber's psychologist, forensic psychologist, saying that she actively exaggerated her post-traumatic stress disorder test.
As a result of applying those protocols, what did you conclude?
Ms. Heard did not have PTSD, and there were also pretty significant indications that she was grossly exaggerating symptoms of PTSD when asked about them.
How did you make that latter conclusion?
So one of the strengths of this test, as I mentioned, the important thing about any test used when you're doing an evaluation in forensics is to make sure that the person is responding accurately. And this test does that by not just asking people whether they have a symptom, but asking follow-up questions that draw out very detailed accounts of every single symptom of PTSD. And when you're really familiar with this disorder, which you need to be to administer this test, there are nuances in the way a person will describe their symptoms that have been shown repeatedly to indicate exaggeration or faking. There are also indications when somebody is clearly giving you a genuine response.
Okay, so in other words, she's a bad actress. I mean, if you've seen any of her movies, you also know that this is kind of true. But in any case, that is a forensic psychologist testifying that Heard exaggerated her PTSD test. Well, listen, all of this must be a little bit distasteful for you. It's distasteful for me, but let me tell you about something that is a lot more tasty. And that, of course, is Tessa Mays. What if eating healthy also tasted great? Tessa Mays found a way to make this magic happen with their award-winning ranch dressings and vinaigrettes. Tessa Mays is an American-made company started by 3 brothers with the dream to share their mom's recipes with the world. Tessa Mays puts flavor and quality above all else. Because of that, it quickly became the #1 organic dressing brand in America. All of their products are manufactured right here in the United States. And for people like me, they have a wide variety of kosher products. Yes. Like their avocado ranch and lemon garlic dressing and marinade. Kids, parents, grandparents, we can all agree on one thing. Tessa Mays dressings are excellent on everything. From dipping wings in pizza to pouring it over a fresh salad, Tessa Mays makes every single meal better. It makes salad edible to me. I'm not a salad person. Let me tell you, Tessa Mays makes salad taste good. I know, almost impossible, but they do it. These guys are the embodiment of the American dream. They're bringing manufacturing back to America. Their products are just great. Go to TessaMays.com. Use promo code Ben for 15% off all of their amazing products. That's TessaMays.com. Promo code Ben again. TessaMays.com. Promo code Ben for 15% off. By the way, there's pretty good evidence that Heard exaggerated accusations of physical abuse. I mean, there's like pictures online of her claiming physical abuse. And just on a normal sort of illustrative level, she does not look as though she was physically abused in these pictures. I mean, if you look at the physical abuse photos that she put out there, the assault pictures, she does not look like she was punched or hit. Like it's scanty at best. Like it's difficult to make the claim that she was struck by Johnny Depp, for example, just based on the photos. Maybe she was, but just based on the photos, it's difficult to say that is the case. We do have testimony from Johnny Depp's driver that Amber Heard joked about hashtag me poo, pooping in his bed. Again, this is a relationship for the ages. It's like Abraham and Sarah from the Bible, basically.
Directly to her.
And did you have any discussions with Miss Heard on the way to Coachella that evening?
We had a conversation pertaining to the surprise she left in the boss's bed prior to leaving the apartment.
And when you refer to the surprise in the boss's bed, what are you referring to?
The defecation.
And what did Miss Heard say about the defecation in Mr. Depp's bed?
A horrible practical joke gone wrong.
Well, what I like is the cutaway there to Amber Heard, and even Amber Heard can't stop herself from laughing. Like, look at the cutaway. Like, she's barely holding it back right there. She's like, yeah, that was funny when I pooped in his bed. By the way, who does that? That's so disgusting. Like, I have children, and even my children wouldn't want to soil their beds. That's what? Huh? I mean, Amber Heard's secretary, by the way, also testified that Amber Heard had spit in her face. So obviously, Amber Heard seems like a wonderful, genuine human being.
I do remember on one occasion when we were moving from part-time to full-time and the salary negotiations became a real bone of contention. And I specifically remember standing in her office where she leapt up out of her chair, put her face approximately 4 inches from my face. She was spitting in my face and telling me how dare I ask for the salary I was asking for, which was in fact approximately half of my regular annual salary.
So that's just Amber Heard. Clearly, the believe all women thing. So which woman am I supposed to believe? The woman who had her face spit in by Amber Heard, or Amber Heard who apparently falsifies PTSD tests and poops in people's bed? I don't believe Amber Heard. I'm just going to say I don't find her to be a credible human being. One of the things that has also made this such a strong trial is Amber Heard's legal team. So apparently she hired her lawyers off the back of a Cracker Jack box because they have not done a wonderful job. Famously, one of her lawyers actually objected to his own question.
You didn't know what could cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he sustained an injury on one of his fingers.
Objection, hearsay.
Wait, you asked the question.
Okay, you said he sustained an injury to his finger.
That was not the only screw up by the attorney there. By the way, you can't object to your own question. That's not how that works. Also, Amber's lawyers screwed up, attacking the psychologist again, suggesting that she had dinner and drinks with Johnny Depp, which apparently is not true.
Now, you went to Mr. Depp's home for dinner and drinks before you were hired as an expert in this case, correct?
That's not quite right. I was interviewed at Mr. Depp's home by his legal team. Dinner was served.
And the dinner lasted approximately 3 to 4 hours, correct?
Yes.
And it included
the interview.
Drinks, correct?
Yes, dinner and I believe drinks were served. Yes, this was an interview so that they could make an informed decision as to whether or not to retain me.
And don't you think that's a little odd that you're getting interviewed by Mr. Depp to decide whether you're going to testify adversely against Amber Heard?
I was interviewed by the legal team.
Okay. And Mr. Depp was present. It was his home, correct?
Yes.
And he was serving dinner and drinks.
He was not serving dinner and drinks.
Well, it was at his house at his behest, correct?
Yes, it was at his house.
I mean, deep diving here by the legal team. So, look, here's the bottom line. Toxic marriages in Hollywood, nothing new. What is amazing is that Hollywood basically decided Johnny Depp would never work again because a sociopathic, crazy person like Amber Heard made accusations that were then not verified, while we actually have Amber Heard on tape saying openly, like very openly, that she hit Johnny Depp. Like that's kind of amazing. It really is. And it speaks to the imbalance of power. You want to talk about systemic imbalances of power? The systemic imbalance of power, whereby Johnny Depp basically loses all work. He was one of the most popular actors on planet Earth. He can't work anymore. I mean, he was cut out of the latest Harry Potter film. They replaced him because of Amber. Amber Heard is still in Aquaman after pooping in people's bed, after spitting in people's faces, after faking PTSD tests, according to forensic psychiatrists. That's pretty amazing stuff. It is. So anybody who argues that the system is rigged against women, not on domestic abuse, it ain't. Yeah, it doesn't mean that there aren't women who aren't abused and aren't wrongly treated by the law. That happens. But the default situation in corporate America is that if a woman makes an accusation, we immediately have to take her side, even if the evidence doesn't end up stacking in her favor, which is kind of what is happening here. Has there been any talk of Amber Heard not being in the Aquaman series anymore? I've heard no talk of that whatsoever at all, which is kind of an amazing thing given how badly this trial has gone for Amber Heard. But, you know, you can't expect people to act with any level of principle here. After all, me poo. Who's got two thumbs and wants you to like and subscribe?